All right, guys, after hours, Nano Dimension jumped above $8 a share again, okay? So we're going to talk about it in this video. Is it time to buy? Is it time to be afraid? How do you feel about Nano Dimension? I want you to answer me that in the comments as well. But we're going to talk about what I think is the right thing to do right now with Nano Dimension, okay? In this video. And we're also going to talk about some upcoming catalysts that I think are really, really important for you to pay attention to. All right, let's jump right into it. My name is Richard Allen. We talk about stocks on this channel. Nano Dimension is one of my absolute favorite to talk about. I'm holding strong in my long-term portfolio, even though I'm down quite a bit. It's fine. I bought late in my long-term portfolio after selling some in my Robinhood portfolio to free up money for my 10K to 100K challenge. That's still going. It's still going well. If you're interested in that sort of thing, I've been doing a lot of live streams with my Discord and my Patreon group. If you're interested in that, all you have to do is jump down in the description. There's a link for my Patreon. I would love to have you over there if you're serious about investing, or if you just want to learn. Maybe you just want somebody to talk to when you're panicking lately. This is a tough time in the market, and we're doing a lot more educational type stuff over on the Discord. I would love to have you over there. But let's just jump right in to my WeBull account here, where Nano Dimension is, the stock closed at $7.95 per share today. Okay, but after hours it jumped up to $8.11. I'm going to pull up after hours here. As well, it jumped up to $8.11 after hours, which is nice. Okay, so here's the deal with Nano Dimension. Nano Dimension, if you don't know what they do, what are you doing here? No, I'm just kidding. If you don't know what this company does, they're a 3D printing freaking soon-to-be juggernaut in my mind. Okay, what they do is they have a system called the Dragonfly LDM system. They have other variations of this system as well, but Yoav Stern says it best. It's a big 3D printer the size of 2 refrigerators that helps with fast prototyping PCBs or printed circuit boards that are ready to use right away. Boom, it's done. Okay. Now they're working on some other iterations of this system as well. We don't know if the systems, these machines are going to be bigger or smaller. We don't know. They're working on integrating all of their 3D printers into a neural network. They just hired a guy named Eli David, who is an AI genius, really, really exciting person that has done a lot of work with a lot of Fortune 500 companies. And now Eli David is on the board of directors of Nano Dimension. Brilliant, brilliant guy. Really, really exciting. They raised about $1.5 billion to hire Eli David. I'm kidding. That's not why they raised so much money. Another reason you might know about Nano Dimension is because the CEO has raised a ton of money lately, like a ton. And it's a little less than $1.5 billion that they have in cash right now. Okay, now we know, based on various interviews with the CEO, that Nano Dimension will be using this money to further their R&D, again, making new systems that they hope to release by the beginning of 2022. We know that they're trying to get a system that is less of a prototype machine and more of a production-oriented machine, so maybe faster, something like that. Maybe can handle higher throughput. We don't know completely yet. We also know that they're trying to take over companies. So not only are they going to further their R&D, they're trying to find companies that offer synergistic things to their business, okay? They're trying to... So not only are they trying to further their research and development by creating better, faster machines, they are also going to be acquiring multiple private companies in the realm of the 3D printing space. We don't know exactly what they're going for, but based on the last interview that Yoav Stern had, they have like a type A and a type B company that they're going for, okay? The type A company would be companies with revenues between 500 million and 200 million annually. Okay, that's a type A company. A company that offers something synergistic to them right now, maybe in the realm of sales, some sort of support, maybe tech, software, something like that, okay? Then there's a type B company with less than $50 million worth of revenue that they're looking to acquire as well. We don't know how many companies they're looking to acquire, but we do know that they've narrowed it down to about 30 different companies. Now, there's speculation that runs rampant out there. There are many 3D printing companies being taken over by SPACs. That's another thing that the CEO has talked about. And I love hearing from you guys what you think, what companies that Nano Dimension might acquire. But we have more information now, right? We know that they're looking for companies with less than a couple $100 million worth of revenue, but we don't know how many companies they're looking to acquire. Now, we know that they're spending cash on these companies, but they may also issue equity, which would potentially dilute shares. That was potentially a negative catalyst from the previous interview that drove the stock price down. Remember, my last one of the last videos I made about Nano Dimension, we talked about that Investor Place article that Mark Hakey or something wrote, saying that the stock would likely, don't buy the stock until it gets down to $6.60. Now, Nano Dimension hit a low the other day of $6.50. So, that was spot on. If I did say that it certainly could fall that far, I didn't think it was going to, but it did. And so now that we're back above $8, I want to talk about whether or not you guys feel like we're going to bounce from here. So let me know in the comments. Do you think we're going to bounce up from here? Or is there more downside? Or is Nano Dimension going to be tied to the overall broader market? And how maybe the S&P is going to continue to fall. Maybe the Dow is going to continue to fall. What? Today was a weird day. And Nano Dimension actually had a positive day. Today, including after hours, Nano Dimension was up over 6%. So, pretty good day for a stock that has been beat down from $18 all the way to $6.50. Okay? That's well over a 50% drop. And we've seen a few stocks that have fallen a ton recently, just a ton. So I want you guys to decide whether or not you think Nano Dimension is going to bounce from here. Answer me that in the comments. Now, what do I think? I think, unfortunately, barring any sort of news, right? If we get an acquisition news, this will totally change my my outlook on Nano Dimension. I think that Nano Dimension will almost mirror the Nasdaq in the short term. But once we get some sort of acquisition news, I think the stock will absolutely skyrocket from here, back up to above $10, $12, $14, something like that. I do want to read one thing for you that was shared over on my Discord the other day, because I think it's pretty good. I think it's really good. And then we're going to look at a couple other stocks that I think you guys need to get your eye on right now because of where the market is. Now, remember, I think Nano Dimension will follow the broader market unless we get some sort of crazy acquisition news or something like that. They are reporting like full earnings and everything this Thursday, so keep that in mind as well. But let's jump over to my Discord just for a second. This is something that was shared by one of the members, so I want to thank you for sharing this. I appreciate you guys sharing all this stuff. If you're watching this, thank you. It says, I see a lot of people on forums whining and blaming the direct offerings for the drop in share price. To those people, I say, STFU. The drop in prices has nothing to do with the offerings. If anything, the $1.5 billion raised through the offerings is the only thing saving this company. Yoav was a genius to do that. Many others in this sector might not survive an economic crash, but Nano is protected by cold, hard cash and lots of it. The market crash might even force other companies' hands when they realize the only way to survive is to merge with Nano or get bought out by them for a great deal. So many minuscule brains can't comprehend what's at stake here. Now, I don't think anybody's stupid. That's not what I'm saying. But I am on the same page as this. I do think that people are a little bit short-sighted for thinking that the offerings has driven the price down. I do. If this wasn't some sort of broader market sell-off like we've seen, okay, that's why I want to pull up some of these other stocks. If this wasn't some sort of broader market sell-off, yeah, I would be concerned about the future of Nano Dimension. But remember, ARK is still holding, right? Cathie Wood says that they focus on models that have a 5-year time horizon, right? So they just started buying Nano Dimension this year. Keep that in mind. So we're 4 more years before ARK's models tend to play out, okay? So keep that in mind. But I want to jump back over to WeBull here. I want to pull up a couple other companies that I think are fantastic buys right now, okay? I'm going to start off with Palantir. I think Palantir is an amazing opportunity to get in on this company. A lot of us didn't think we'd see Palantir in the 20s again, okay? This has fallen almost 50% since its peak at $45. I think there's only upside from here. Now, could we see more downside? Sure, if the broader market falls, but I'm talking about 3, 5, 10 years for Palantir. If you really think it's going to be at $20 per share in 3, 5, 10 years, don't touch Palantir, okay? But I think this company will be an absolute juggernaut in this field that they're in the essentially interpreting data, okay? And they do things that a lot of other companies can't do. Okay, so Palantir, I think, is an amazing opportunity right now. Peloton hit $94 the other day. $94 per share. It was just $171 back in January. Now, was it potentially due for a little bit of a correction? Yes, but it's now getting into the point where it's in oversold territory. Peloton at $100 is absolutely amazing. This is a company that's revolutionizing home fitness. Okay, now as things start to reopen, maybe Peloton will take a little bit of a hit, but this company will be a growth beast for years and years and years to come. 5, 10, 20 years. I don't think we're going to be in the same realm of fitness that we're in right now. I don't think we'll see as many gyms out there as there are right now. I think more people will be, doing things in their home like Peloton is. So just my thought, and I think that everything that happened last year accelerated that transition into home fitness. Just my thought with Peloton. So great long-term company. It did jump up another 2.5% after hours. So I think people saw that right around $100 and they're like, okay, we're buying. Now, could there be more downside similar to, NASDAQ, similar to what we're seeing with the NASDAQ and Palantir and these others and what another company we're about to talk about? Yes, we certainly could. But again, if you have a long enough time horizon, I think Peloton is a great long-term hold. Okay. Last one, Tesla. Guys, Tesla at $560 some dollars. Could it fall more? Yes, absolutely. I am buying Tesla right now because I don't think we're going to see these prices for long. Now, could we see it fall further down to, $520, maybe even $480, something like that? Yes, that is certainly in the cards. If the NASDAQ continues to fall, if the broader market continues to correct downwards, I think we could certainly see Tesla fall a little bit further. But again, this is a company that isn't just an EV play, it's an energy play, it's an autonomy play, it's a software play. They're doing so much in the world that is really game-changing, that I think you really got to get your eye on a company like Tesla, companies like Peloton, companies like Palantir. So that's my 2 cents on companies to look for right now, especially in some sort of downturn like this. I think you're going to be kicking yourself if you don't pick up one of these 3 companies in the long run. Now, how do I feel about Nano Dimension? In the long run, I feel just as good about Nano Dimension as I do these other 3 companies. And that's why I wanted to show you these companies, because you probably have a good feeling about Tesla. Most of us do. Palantir, kind of same thing. Peloton, I think a lot of us feel good about these companies long term. With Nano Dimension, if you were excited to buy Nano Dimension at $14, why wouldn't you be excited to buy it at $8? Ask yourself that question, and then you can decide whether or not you think it's a good place to be buying Nano Dimension? Okay? Ask yourself that question. If you were excited to buy it at 14, why aren't you excited to buy it at 8? Those are my 2 cents on Nano Dimension. Please let me know how you feel in the comments. I appreciate all of you watching this video. Again, if you're interested in joining the private Discord, hit me up in the comments or jump down in the description. There'll be a link for my Patreon. I would love to have you guys over there. Again, if you're serious about investing, even if you don't know anything, if you want to learn, I would love to have you over there. We have some great people over there doing some awesome things. Making money in this environment is something that is possible. Okay, thank you so much for joining me for another video. Again, I'm Richard Allen. If you didn't already do it, click that beautiful red subscribe button down below, and I'll see you in the next video. Thanks.